bag right here is already pre-cut, pre-snipped, and everything. But it's organic, so you can get them in bags and you can get them in bunches. So I got both of them because I want to show you. They tell you use shears. These are kitchen shears that you use scissors in the kitchen called shears, or you can use your hands to pull apart. Me, I always use my hands to pull all the vegetables and stuff apart, and don't use your shears, but you can. But what you would do, you would cut it from the stem and just cut it all into cut it off of the stem and then cut it into smaller pieces. They said just cut them, snip them into smaller pieces, so it'll be easy for you to put in your mouth and to eat them, and it'll cook faster if it's cut smaller, a little bit smaller. So we're gonna do this, and then what is other things good about when you do the bag one, you can see it already clipped in smaller pieces, but it might be too small. So let's go ahead. We're gonna snip some more of these. I'm gonna put these to the side because only reason I didn't want those because they still have the stem part on it, and you have to go through it and find all the pieces with the stem because we don't want to eat that part because it's too tough. So, who like kale? Any of y'all like kale? Thumbs up or thumbs down? You do? Awesome. I'm glad you like kale. Kale is a hearty vegetable and it's good for you too. It got a lot of vitamins in it. We're gonna look it up. We're gonna look it up and find out some of the vitamins. And if you already got some information on it, we're gonna talk about it after we put it in the oven, okay? So then we'll talk about some vitamins and why did they use it? What could it be good for? And all of that. And everything. Yep. So we're gonna keep snipping these right here, and I'm gonna pull them apart because I'm gonna cut it from the stem, then I'm gonna pull it apart. All right. So next time we do a class like this, I'm thinking that we'll see. I'm gonna give you all the stuff what we're gonna make. Well, I think next week what we're gonna make, I'm not for sure. I'm thinking about making some apple chips. I'm thinking about making some apple chips, but I'm not for sure if I want to make apple chips or not because next week is UVW, and we might want to make some with a fruit or vegetable to start with W. And I know watermelon begins with W, so that might be something interesting to make too. So we'll see what we can make with that. So we're not going to stick with vegetables, but because it starts with V and we talk about vegetables, this is what we're going to use vegetables today. So you see me, I like to go in and just pull them apart. I like mine around about this size right here. This is a good size because it's easy to put in your mouth and just eat. I love kale chips. Have anybody ever tasted kale chips? Have you tasted kale chips? You have? Oh man, I love kale chips. I don't think I have cooked it in my after school care and my summer camp program too. And I also was able to go to a health fair, and I was requested to make kale chips for the event. And so I made some for the group that was there, and they loved it. So I like to make some of these things. And I love, who like asparagus? I love roasted asparagus. Oh my God, it's so good. And also, not only roasted asparagus, I like roasted string beans too. A lot of those taste just like you want to have them in a bag and for a good snack. So I have some kale here. And the thing is, when you do finish this and you wash it and you put it in a pan, it's not going to look the size when you get it. It's not going to be this much right here. It's going to decrease in size because it's going to be cooked. Right now, it got a lot of air in it. So when it cooks down, it's like, and the water comes out, and guess what? It dries up and it shrinks the kale. So we're going to dump. I'm going to move this, put this kale back in the bag, and I'll make some more later. Because my husband, Mr. Joe, like kale chips too. I had gave Let him try it one time before, and he had loved it. All right. So now, put this over here. We put that to the side. The oven is preheated at 350. I'm going to wipe off the table. And I'm going to get this washed up. And then we're going to come back and we're going to put it in this right here. And we're going to spin it dry. And once we spin it dry, I'm going to go ahead and show you about how I cut up my lime. And I also put garlic in mine and sea salt. So I'll be right back over here. I'm going to wash this off. I'm going to wash my kale. So it's very important to wash off all your vegetables and your fruit before consuming it. Because you don't want to eat all the dirt and all the stuff that comes out for it when you're in the garden, or so many people's hands have touched it. And it's also good to use gloves too. All right. Clean it off. And don't use hot water. Use cool water or cold water when washing your kale. Because you don't want to put heat on it because it'll start like it's going to cook. Because kale don't know the difference. They're just thinking if it's going to heat, we about to get cooked up. So, this is my little rag here. I'm going to get another cutting board. And I'm going to go ahead and toss these kale leaves in here. Do anybody know what vitamin is kale? Anybody know what vitamin? Okay, so we'll look that up in just a minute, okay? To know what vitamin is that. You know what vitamin? Oh, you do? C. Yes, all right. We got Miss Sam's and her family online, and she says C and C. She's trying to spell it. So let's go ahead. We're going to wait till she get that. I'm going to see. You see how it does? Oh, this is awesome. You see it? So as I spin it, it is pulling the water from the kale. See it? It is spinning inside of the bowl. And it's pulling the water from the kale. So I'm gonna let it go, and once it slow down, it'll catch it again. And you hear it. You keep spinning it, and it's pulling all the water from the kale. All the water. Okay, she has the information. C and K. Good job. I know it's a very strong vitamin. It's a very good vitamin for us too. Calcium, potassium, and fiber in it. It's very one of them, what do they call them? Superfoods. A lot of people put them in their smoothie. They cook with it. I cook with it a lot. I love kale. And I'm always cooking with vegetables. So, yeah. So let's finish up. We can see where it's at. All right. And this button helps us to stop it. So, oh, look at the kale, nice and dry. We're going to spin it a little bit more. Make sure it get real dry, nice and dry. Now I'll put it to the side. And now I'm going to show you about my lime and my garlic. In the recipe that I sent everyone that's online, food, antioxidant, right? Right. Okay. Thank you for looking it up. So now we're all learning something about this kale. But I know I love it. One thing I know, I like to eat it. So I knew it was healthy for me because it was a deep green. So now, when you have a lime, when you pick a lime from the store, I know this much. You do not get a hard lime unless you're not going to use it at the moment. And you're going to make sure you can be able to store it, because if you get one that's a little bit firm, you want to let it set out so it can get a little softer to the touch. Not real soft, but you can be able to pinch it and everything. You want it green. You don't want it yellow because it's not ready yet. Am I right, Miss Sims? You want it yellow because it won't be right. I'm talking to her because she is an awesome cook and she's a chef. I call her the chef, Chef Sims. So anyway, I'll take my hand and I take it in the palm of my hand, put it on the mat, and I roll it. And that's all it's going to do is loosen up the juices inside of the lime. So I'm loosening up my juices in the lime, and then I'll cut it. But we're not going to need this until at the end when I sprinkle it, put it over top of my kale. But one thing they didn't tell you to put it is garlic. I love garlic, and I use garlic a lot. So I'm going to cut up some garlic, go-to, and that's my go-to. When you have the peeling like this on top of the garlic, usually take a knife or something flat, put on top, and you bring it down, and you crack it open so you can be able to get to it. I already did that with this one. So I cut it down, and it's very strong. You don't have to put it close to your nose. It's very strong. And garlic is a good nutrient for your body too. It help with a lot of things in your body. They say it's good to have a piece of garlic in the morning. I mean, every day, but it help with certain part for your body if you're going through certain ailment. I mean, going through some type of symptoms or sickness in your body. They say garlic is good. But anyway, I'm gonna cut up some of this. All right. And you also can use a chopper. I'm just gonna cut a little bit in here. All right, so that's my garlic here. And I have it to the side. I'm gonna take these. I'm not gonna throw this away because it's still got a piece right here. I like to save my garlic pieces, my garlic cloves. And that's what they call pieces of the garlic is cloves. So you have a whole piece of garlic and you have the cloves that you can take off of the garlic. I know I've seen a recipe on it. They say this is what they did. They roasted the whole garlic and they opened up and got the cloves out, and they took each one of them and they ate one each day. And it was helping them for whatever they were going through. So I was watching that video yesterday. So this is my lime. We're gonna set this to the side, and let me go ahead and cut it now. So we're gonna cut it, wipe this off. We'll cut it right down the middle. And so this is how the inside of the lime look. It looks almost like a lemon, but it's green. It's a green scent. And you know, one thing I don't see, I don't think so. I see seeds right up in here. Hey, but we know that seeds grow. I mean, have to have seeds, so it must be very fine. So we're gonna put them to the side and put the mat to the side. And now it's time to take the kale out and put it in our tray. Oh, it's still a little wet, so guess what? We gotta put this back on there and spin it again. And while it's that spinning off, I'm gonna take this parsnip scraper and I'm going to put it in a pan. And I like to spray my pan with some non-stick spray, even though parsnip paper you don't really need to spray it because it doesn't stick. Parsnip paper is good for cookies and all that stuff you put on. So your pans won't stick, especially if you don't have a non-stick pan or anything like that. So I'm gonna spray it down just a little bit so we can still have. Oh, I'm sorry. We don't have to spray it because I got my oil. Isn't that right? So let me wipe off my bowl because we got to put it in the bowl so I can I want to toss the oil in it. I had a paper towel right here. Showed it. So I'm gonna wipe it out. Wipe my bowl out because we want it dry because we just dried our kale. Okay, all right. So now let's take our kale out of here. Nice and dry. Look at all this water that was in it. See it? Ain't that something? Got the kale. Semi-dry. And you know, one thing is good if we dry the kale a little bit more is because when it goes in the oven and we got the oil on it, got all those things, it won't be popping in the oven. And when it starts popping with water, because just like when you have it on the stove and you're cooking the vegetables and it's water in the pan and you put the oil and stuff in there, say you got all this popping stuff coming up, it's because that water hits that oil and it causes it to pop. And we don't want that to happen because that oil can pop on you and it can burn you. So we're going to put some olive oil in it. And so once we put the olive oil in there, I'm going to take these minced garlic pieces. I like to put everything together inside of here. And I'm going to take my sea salt. And this is Himalaya's pink sea salt, one of the best type of salts you can get. I love that. I love this type of salt. And I'm not publicizing nobody. So then you put your sea salt on it to your desired taste. They do tell you a certain amount, but I always seem like I put a little bit more because as it started to cook in there, and I take it out like, wait a minute, I want some more on it. And then I end up probably go back in and once it's done, just sprinkle a little bit more right on the top because it's nice and hot, just like popcorn. When popcorn is right out the kettle, we like to put our butter, and then our salt on it right then. So we mix it all up, and we got our greens and stuff mixed, and we have our what's in it? We have garlic in it, and so now I'm gonna take my lime. Sprinkle a lime on it. Oh, I noticed it smells good. So take this and I'm gonna put it on my tray. And we shouldn't have no problems with it sticking to anything because we have that oil on it. And what I'm going to do, I'm gonna spread it, give it some room so we can all right, so I got some pieces on here already. I don't want mine so clustered together. I really don't. And they said just cook it till the tips get lightly brown. We don't want to burn them. So you got to be careful. That's why it's good to preheat your oven. When you preheat your oven, the oven is already hot. You don't have to keep them in there long. And then you can go ahead and go along with your day and it'll be done. So what we're going to do now, we're going to put these in the oven. Ooh, nice and hot. There, get my other tray and put this in the oven. And we have it on our temperature. And we're waiting for it to get done. That, and I'm going to drop it over there in that pan over. I'm going to take this and I'm going to bring it over here very carefully. Put it down here. And I'm going to take my other one. Put that right here. Very carefully, so I won't drop none of my kale chips. And I'm gonna move these pans and put on top of each other because I'm gonna reuse these pans to make more because I have a little bit more left. So right here is my kale chips, and since I'm eating them, I can use my hand for it. I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit more lime on mine, and I'm gonna get my sea salt since it just came out just a little bit more, and sprinkle on top. And remember I told you I like a little kick on mine. So I'm going to put this little seasoning I have, sprinkle a little bit on there to give it a little kick. And there you have it. Guess what this is? Kale chips. Kale chips. And that's it. There you go. Bon appetit. You, Taylor, you sure you like it? You bon appetit.
Can I have some more?
Would you eat it? Would you eat it?
Mm-hmm.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
What is, do you like all the flavor that comes from it? You do?
Yeah, I have a.
You want some more? Okay, so guess what? I'm going to give you a little bowl, and you can put it, I'm going to put it in for you, and you can be able to go to the table and eat. So stand right here.
This is good.
So I got a winner. So you can see, you see parents? You see parents? No, leave that one. That's yours. That's yours. Yeah. Put it right here. And it's yours. Go ahead, it's yours. And I'm gonna do this, and this will be yours. Okay, so those are my grandkids. And see, parents, you can make something very healthy for children that they will like. You'll be surprised what you can try for them. And if it's something about the color, kale, I don't want that. But guess what? Let them try it. We always say, try it. You might like it. Like on Dr. Seuss, try it. You may may like it. Who was that? Sam I Am? Green eggs and ham, right? So we're gonna put this in the bowl. And I'm gonna try, let me try one. I love eating these ones. Yeah, I would tell you if it wasn't good. I like kale chips. So, Miss Sam, you gonna try it? You gonna make some? All right. So today, this is our class, Cooking with Kids today. I think, excuse me.
Let me take a picture of you.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm still chewing. So, thank you all for tuning in with our class today of Cooking with Kids. Well, we made kale chips. I thank you so much for being part of our first virtual cooking class. We're Cooking with Kids. Even though the children are not here, my grands are here, but even though you are not here, but we are cooking together. And the main thing is, go over there, baby. The main thing is that we cook together. If it's here together or a distance, we are cooking together. So remember, continue to love, continue to share, and continue to enjoy each other during this time. Cooking with Kids class with Miss Nesbitt.